I'ma talk shit in a world gone stupid. Taking ivermectin while the world got boosted.
I'm gonna talk shit while the world got stupid. Taking ivermectin while the world was boosting. Chris is not ducking any of the issues today. That may be my favorite line in the whole song. Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Old Men in Chairs. Well, last night, Chris Webby dropped a new song, Back on My BS. And I'm back on my Chris Webby fandom. I've been a big fan of Chris's ever since I saw Raw Thoughts 5, which is the first song of his I ever saw, and in my opinion is the greatest song he ever did, and is one of the greatest songs of the pandemic era. I've been a huge fan ever since. I've reacted to over a dozen of his songs, but I have not reacted to Chris in about a year. The last one I did was his remix of North of Richmond. And the reason is that I think Chris got tired of being shadow banned with some of his more controversial work, and so he took like a year off of tackling politically incorrect subjects. Those songs, they might be great songs, but they're not what I'm looking for. But right now, he's about to break out of shadow ban prison, as you see on your screen, and make his great escape. I'm there for it. This is the old Chris. This is the Chris I love. And he's going to have a lot to say here.
You know, nowadays, people find one thing you said 8, 9, 10 years ago, bring it back up now and cancel your whole fucking career over it. So let me make it easy for you and just say it all right now.
Very reminiscent of the lead-in to Raw Thoughts 5. In fact, he almost could have called this video Raw Thoughts 7. It's very much a continuation. And there's even some images, some lines. So this is in many ways a sequel to that great song. You can see he's in chains here. He's in shadow ban prison, which I saw that. His songs were just not getting the views that they should have gotten. And they were doing well on Rumble, but not on YouTube. So obviously something was being done to keep his numbers down. So here he is, chained up in shadow ban prison, but he's going to get out.
And just say it all right now. My pronouns are fuck you and suck my dick. Unglued, I punch through and bust my clip. I'm a feminist worst enemy running my lip. Now get back in the kitchen, you fucking uptight bitch. Far as gender roles go, maybe I'm just old. Maybe I'm just sick of women's marches blocking the road. Sick of a culture where a bitch will think looks alone is enough to walk around like the whole world owes them. And in my opinion, ladies, yo, we both got a place in the way that the world works, since we all were just apes. And when you need us to protect you, man, he'll shoulder the weight. And if he doesn't, he's a pussy, which I know is the case with a lot of these little Gen Z arrogant jerks who got so many MMR shots they brains don't work. And they've been saying for years that autism's on the rise. No shit, it's right in front of our eyes. And yeah,
all those little Gen Z shits whose brains don't work for reasons that he attributes possibly to vaccinations, but autism is up, and maybe what he's saying is not just autism, but other types of mental dysfunction appear to be taking over our world. And if you look at it, the Gen Z is a mess. They have the highest rates of mental health issues, anxiety, suicide, which is very sad. So something's gone very wrong with our youth. Webby's just old enough. He's from a different generation, a tougher generation. He looks at these kids and thinks, what the hell?
work. And they've been saying for years that autism's on the rise. No shit, it's right in front of our eyes. And yeah, I know that I'm an old head now. I'm grown and graduated. I made it just in time to be considered outdated to a younger generation who didn't grow up saying Jew jokes and words like faggot when they were playing. So now I'm just a bigot for the culture I was raised in. Back in the days when Chinese just meant Asian and people were too busy to just sit around complaining. So why the whole world keep changing? Spread the word. Webby's back up on that bullshit again. If you're a pussy, I suggest you run and hide. And go tell your friends. Webby's back up on that bullshit again. And this time I think I've truly lost my mind.
That very same cartoon, which I guess was popular when he was young, was featured in Raw Thoughts 5. So there's so much in here that echoes the attitude that he had 3 years ago. it's nice to see him back, although I don't like to see him smoking. That's the one thing I beg Chris to give up if he can, because we want him around for a long, long time.
Yourself. Yeah, I'm the generation that I grow up with an iPad, so I think it's silly what these kids identify as. Still make jokes anytime I see a pride flag, never out of hate, it's just funny to me, my bad. Is it a trans man or a cross-dressing man who's physically achieving the things that only a man can, then demanding that I be calling a ma'am, and shit is out of hand, but damn trans ma'am, I'm just a dumb cis man, but at least I'm trying to fucking understand. But it seems that I've been passed by the society that I'm in, walking around looking confused at things like Biden. Wait.
Walking around looking confused like Biden. Well, we all have that feeling that the world has changed so radically in such a quick time. And I take it the person who was sitting there was some sort of trans woman. In other words, a man who is now affecting to be a woman. It looked like he had some sort of breast implanted or something, and wearing jewelry and makeup to look like a woman. But I don't think that was actually a biological woman.
Society that I'm in, walking around looking confused at things like Biden. Wait, let me not compare myself to a pedophile, though I do buy coke from his son once in a while. He be putting in his orders to an Al-Qaeda supporter who just walks right over the fucking border about a mile. Hunter did the whole pile, I just did a couple bumps, then he bought a couple kids and he threw them in the trunk. Wait, fuck, I am so not down with this kind of stuff. And that's how I killed myself when the Clintons showed up.
It's rumored the Clintons have suicided a lot of people over the years. People that were inconvenient have a habit of turning up dead. He's joking about that, and he also mentioned that Hunter, in addition to buying crack from somebody along the border while he was down there, he threw a couple kids in the trunk of his car. So again, a reference to human smuggling on the border, which we know there's, I think, over 300,000 missing children, people that have come across the border and then disappeared. So he's hitting all the big issues here.
Fuck, I am so not down with this kind of stuff. And that's how I killed myself when the Clintons showed up. Yeah, I'ma talk shit in a world gone stupid, taking ivermectin while the world got boosted.
I love those lines. I'm gonna talk shit while the world got stupid, taking ivermectin while the world was boosting. That's what some of us did. We didn't buy into the whole vax thing. And of course, if you dared to say anything anti-vax or even question safety and efficacy of the vax, that was a good way to get yourself either shadow banned or worse, maybe have a whole video taken down, as happened to me a couple times. Chris is not ducking any of the issues today. That may be my favorite line in the whole song.
I'ma talk shit in a world gone stupid, taking ivermectin while the world got boosted, trying to hold ground while the world's uprooted, speaking up till the world mutes it. Spread the word, Webby's back up on that bullshit again. If you're a pussy, I suggest you run and hide. Then go tell your friends, Webby's back up on that bullshit again. And this time I think I've truly lost my mind. You're all a bunch of pussies. Ever since I said I'm voting Trump, I've been a bad guy too. A group of fans I didn't even know I had to lose. And since you're leaving, let me read you one last haiku. Yo, guess what? I voted for him last time too. But you used to hate Trump. How dare you change your opinion? How dare you grow as a person? How dare you say something different than the stuff you used to say? How dare you consider switching? I loved you when I agreed. Now I hate you just for existing. Hate you for this, that, and I hate you for living. I'll comment every time you post, and I'll say that you're grifting and hate women. You're a racist and a shameful depiction of white privilege, a supremacist, a rapist, a villain, a fucking Nazi. Basically, he murdered the Jews. He dog whistles, gaslights are the words that I use. I don't quite know what they mean, but I heard them on the news. What I'm trying to say is, Webby, fuck you! Fuck you!
That's a really cool scene there where came out for Trump, and then naturally some of his fans denounced him, went online. And so that's a great visualization of what the social media probably looks like from his side, of all the people screaming at him, calling him Nazi, telling him a grifter. It can be very toxic. You can be you know, people want to cancel you if they don't agree with your political choices. Very well done, Chris.
I know what they mean, but I heard them on the news. What I'm trying to say is, Webby, fuck you. Fuck you, bitch, I'm still the same Webby. I'm still in Connecticut. I'm still donating every year to save the elephants. Still say thank you for your service to the veterans. And still fuck your mom every Thursday when I'm in town. I bust that bitch down. Didn't like me then? Well, how you like me now? Cause bitch, I'm a pro. I don't need a pronoun. So from right now till I'm in the ground, going spread the word. Webby's back up on that bullshit again. If you're a pussy, I suggest you run and hide. Then go tell your friends. Webby's back up on that bullshit again. And this time I think I've truly lost my mind. And now I'm back on my bullshit.
His solution, I guess, judging from the last part of the song, is to get off of social media, destroy his phones, smash them, throw them in the fire, get away from all the hate and toxicity of so much of the social media that can't handle a difference of opinion. That's probably not bad advice. Really, really glad to see Chris back on his BS. I'm calling this Raw Thoughts 7. I don't know if he's going to come out with a Raw Thoughts 7, but until he does, this is close enough. Great job, Chris.